Hey guys, and welcome back. So, a little bit shorter of an episode today, with this week being Christmas. I'm going to try to stick to my schedule. I no guarantees for when videos will be out this week. I also want to try to get out a special Christmas video, so look forward to that. But, yeah, the schedule might be a little all over the place is my point this week because of Christmas. And if you're watching this from the future, it's probably not Christmas, and you can go ahead and watch the next one right after this. So, lucky you. But we're going to go down and take care of the Hydra. I know I did some foreshadowing to Dukes, and we are going to go to Dukes, but it's best to take out the Hydra and rescue Dusk first, because we want to get the item to let us into the DLC. There's some more items in the DLC that we'll need to complete this build, namely the Black Flame and the Talking Stones that Hawkeye Goff made. Those, I mean, not necessary, obviously, but they're fun. They're really fun to play around with in PvP, so I consider them necessary. But as you can see, fighting these crystal dudes... and I think the point I was getting at there is we need to free Dusk before the Golem in Duke's Archives drops the item we need to get to the DLC. But basically, to get to the Hydra, see right here how I'm running down that very steep hill? Getting the Hydra is all about going from low terrain to high terrain to dodge those, and just getting to them as fast as you can. Just alternate between high ground and low ground as soon as he fires, and you can make it through pretty easily. Other than that, just keep your shield up, so that if you do get hit, it's minimalized. And that also allows you to dodge instead of jumping while running. Again, holding your shield while running, and then pressing the jump or roll button will make you roll and not jump. But Hydra's, I mean, at this point, I mean, we're severely over-equipped. But you could even fight Hydra right at the start of the game, honestly. Just takes a decent stability shield, just face him. I like to lock on to make sure I'm facing him. Keep your shield up, he'll attack and run and get his heads. You can put the rusted iron ring on, that can make getting to the heads a bit easier. And for this last one, ranged attack. That cliff is right there, you can kind of see it. There is a cliff, and if you go off the edge, you'll die. And so trying to hit that last head, because sometimes it's even further out than that. Sometimes you can throw yourself off the cliff, and that is unfortunate. And so go back to this cave, exit out, come back. This guy's trolling me a bit. He's standing still, acting dumb, and so when I go to attack, he just socks me. Socks me right in the kisser, see? But a couple great combustions will do it. Well, 3, not a couple. Just don't let him catch you off guard, and you'll do just fine. Pretty straightforward enemy. Just kind of standard block and shield. And so here's Dusk of Ulasil. I told her yes. I mean, again, it's nice to provide yourself the option to turn these builds into whatever you want. So you don't want to like screw yourself over by like killing Dusk or whatever. And so with her rescued, we're going off to the Dukes. Can run right through that big knight's legs. It's real easy. Just keep running through his legs. You'll make it. Now, these boars are a little tricky. They can inflict some massive damage like that, as you can see, but they won't kill us as long as they have the shield up. At least not in one shot. But really, what you want to do against this guy... Pyromancy is not very effective. Leap attacks are what you're going for. These guys lose interest when they get a little ways down the hallway. And so just bait him into coming down the hallway. You can even bait him all the way out. And he won't actually leave the hall. That's when he's guaranteed to turn around and lose interest. You smack him in the back a couple times and that's it. Now for the second one, he can charge you like from point blank and do a ton of damage. And given the curve of the hallway, it makes it very hard to dodge. So I prefer to just run past him and fight him in this little area. And once you have him stuck there, it's simple enough. Just a classic, bait and attack. Nothing fancy there. So I walked up here and got almost killed. Totally underestimating these guys. Electricity, not so good against crystal. Fire, very good against crystal. This applies to Seath as well. He is weak to fire, but resistant to magic and I believe lightning as well. So fire will come in handy against Seath. I'm just trying to bait these guys into coming down. There's a bunch of them hiding in sneaky places. But super easy to take out with these combustions. Just trying to avoid the channeler hitting me while I'm attacking that guy. I waited until they both fired at the same time and gave me a nice window. And as you can see, there's another one. So if we went and just fought the golem now, we'd actually have to fight this guy too. And so make sure you aggro all those guys before taking on the golem. The golem won't fight you until you get like right up next to him, or I think you actually have to attack him. I think he's actually peaceful. And now there is actually one more guy that I didn't see. And so he'll be coming down. You want to watch out for them, particularly when they have those steamy lines on them. That is, of course, the channeler buff. And they can one-shot us if they're buffed. So be careful. Just try to aggro them, play it very safe, and use those combustions to your advantage since they're weak to them. And other than that, we have what we need to get to the DLC, and so that's actually where we're going next. You guys might choose to level up your armor some more. You could do that. But I actually want to grind large shards in the DLC. So I wasn't too worried, but you can always upgrade your armor more if you're worried about taking on the DLC just yet. Don't touch it, bro. No! Alright, and so Sanctuary Guardian. Pretty cool fight. I actually really like this fight because it's surprisingly challenging every time I do it. It's always harder than I remember it's going to be. Through the magic of editing, it doesn't look like I died at all. But I did die once. I died once on this guy. So he is a little tricky, but nothing too crazy. Now, you can see here I'm actually using my shield against those. It is very effective if you do it right. I was kind of squandering it. That's his easiest attack to punish. When you're right in his face, he will always back up. That is, if he attacks, leaves himself open, and you get in his face and beat on him, he'll always jump it backwards. I've never known him to actually attack straight out of that, so use that to your advantage. You can beat on his face all you want until he jumps away. Now, he's trolling me with all these flying side spinny lightning shots. Look at all of this. It's like 4 now. His combo here, all those, you can usually just walk backwards right out of them. So, I mean, and you can roll if you want to be super safe. Note how I shielded that and then rolled right after. That's actually a very effective way to get past those. You don't have to outright dodge them. You can keep your shield up and cut the timing really close. And you can actually take that hit on your shield and you'll do just fine. I don't know what he's doing there, aiming the wrong way. Again, kind of trolling me. I almost rolled into him. Roll backwards on that, kind of risky. Probably safer to roll the side. And so watch again here, he will jump back. See, so he always does that if you get right in his face. So definitely use that to your advantage. It's a good time to recover your stamina if you manage to get 2 hits in. It's just a nice window of opportunity in general to heal or what have you. Again, crazy missing lightning shots. I don't know what his deal is. And so here I'm actually going to take off the tail. Like I said, I already did die once. I fought him once. I got the tail before. But normally when you cut off the tail like that, you'll get a whip that inflicts poison. Which is whatever. Nobody uses whips. But to each their own. I'm sure you could find a use for them. Cutting off that tail is actually a good idea because it prevents him from doing his spin attack, where he spins his tail around in an area and it can poison you very easily. He can still kick though, so don't underestimate being behind him, his ability to attack behind him, because he can still do it and that attack hurts. I think I actually get hit by it here. I totally do. No, I got out of there. Okay. Note the timing on those. You don't want to roll as fast as you can. Roll once, lag behind a little bit. Here's where I get kicked, yeah. But yeah, those mini ones, don't roll as fast as you can. You separate each roll by like maybe half a second or a second. And of course, on all of his lightning breath attacks, you'll notice how it pools out like that. That does most of the damage, actually, that pool effect. So don't get caught in that. Just roll out of it and keep moving the way you rolled. You can two-hand against this guy, of course, but I like having the shield out, because even if I get hit by his lightning stuff, it's very manageable, the damage. It's very survivable. It also increases the window in which you can dodge. That one I just got hit by straight up. Decided to heal here. I just didn't want to get killed at that point, because at that point a lot of his attacks could one-shot me. So I opted to heal. Once I get a boss below half, I tend to play pretty conservatively, wait for those really good windows of opportunity. There, again, blocking it with the shield and then rolling. So you really don't have to get the timing perfect. I forgot to roll backwards. He got me a little too quick and I didn't take advantage of the window I still could have used, considering he would jump backwards since I'd be right in his face after that. But there you go. So not too hard. Again, there's more I could do. Power within. You could always do red tearstone ring. Put yourself on low health if you want to get the fight done quickly and are confident you can dodge his attacks. There's different ways to approach that. But overall, not too hard once you start using the shield. And I decided to, of course, spend those excess souls on my flame. And then I warped to Firelink, because I want to take advantage of the 20 Estus Flasks. This is what I mentioned earlier about resting at Firelink and then warping to where you actually want to be. It takes, 10 seconds longer than normal. And you get 20 flasks, so that's nice. If you can warp to an area, that's always a good way to get some extra flasks in your pocket. Also for the Guardian, and you can see here just running along the right wall is the path you're going to want to take. But for the Guardian, you could also equip the Ninja Flip Ring. That might help you quite a bit as well. So something to consider there. Our Wolf Ring doesn't really help against him. Equipping the Golden Serpent Ring, because there is a Crystal Lizard up here. You should always equip that before you kill a Crystal Lizard. Here's Calmeet. Make sure you shrug at him. If you don't shrug at him, he'll think you are weak, and take that opportunity to blast flames at you, and you'll die. And it inflicts curse and poison and removes all of your gear. I'm just trying to distract you from the fact that I totally blew that crystal lizard and missed it. I hope that worked. And so this part you're going to want to run through. There's basically no fighting these guys, at least not conveniently. You could fight these two if you really want to, but there's really no need. But there's a whole buttload of dudes up here, which we do not want to fight. And so just run past them to this building, and you're in the clear. They probably could jump down here and land on you, but I've never had it happen. And so run along this way. That, of course, was the boss fog for Artorias, but we want to open this shortcut first. And I am going to use the ninja flip ring for this, and I highly, highly recommend that, because I'd like to tell you guys this is an easy fight, but really it's not. It's not. You have to dodge. Your shield is really of no use to you here. And again, kind of through the magic of editing, you can tell I died with my bloodstain there, so I was like, hold on, Arty, I got to grab my stuff here right quick. But I did die once. This is another time I died once, came back, and got it the second time. Now, I say it's not an easy fight, but once you get down the timing on just a couple of his moves, you're fine. The ninja flip ring gives you a huge window of invincibility frames. And the deal with him is right here. One leap attack, one weak attack. That's enough to knock him out of his power-up. If he powers up, then you're kind of boned. At that point, any of his attacks will one-shot you pretty much. But the good side is that it gives you some free damage. So that's always nice. And now, basically, the timing on his attacks. This one, you want to dodge what kind of feels a little late and dodge to the right. You might think you should dodge into the swing, because that's typically what you want to do, so that you pass through the swing quicker. That's me just being greedy. Don't do that. He recharges at 25 and 50% and 75% health. So I did that leap attack thinking he might just retreat and charge, but he did retaliate. But yeah, you might feel like you should dodge left on that, but he can actually catch you with the backswing. So dodge right or back. You can dodge back on that as well. The sliding stab one, this one right here, easy enough to dodge. Just dodge right before it's going to hit. And right here, he decides to charge up, and that's that. That's his downfall. On his mega leap attack, which is what I call it, he didn't really do it in this fight, but when he crouches down to leap, I always just run straight towards him. That's usually an easy way to dodge it. I don't like to mess around with that attack, because I find it's very hard to dodge. So I like to get way out of there and just make sure I don't get crushed by it, because that will one-shot you as well. And one last thing about Artorias, the biggest thing that messes people up are his really quick mid-range attacks. Sometimes, instead of doing his triple flips or his slide attack or his running swing, sometimes he'll just take a couple really quick steps forward and do a quick forward stab or a slash. That's what catches a lot of players off guard. So be on your toes when he's just kind of walking after you at mid-range. Don't let him catch up and smack you with one of those quick attacks. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. So again, a little shorter, not sure what the schedule's going to be this week with Christmas, but I'm going to try to get out as much as I can Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like and favorite if you want to support the series as always, and I will see you guys next time.